Hi, and welcome to Geno's Picks. I know, I hear you, 2-2 last week, still 10-10 overall. It's not great, it's not awful, but we all want to do better, I know. So we'll get to the picks. But first, you know what really grinds my gears? You people. Week after week, me and Joe put this beautiful studio video together. We throw together great picks, jokes, writing, and you don't care. I do that one video last week in my apartment, and I get 20 emails about my cat, Tristan. Yes, the cat was in the video. But that's all you seem to notice. Look, we can speed things up. I could be like, whore, Chiefs, cocksucker, Broncos, twat, I can't believe it, the Chargers, but I'm not. We're going to write this, we're going to work it out, we're going to give you the picks, and one more thing, don't bitch at me, you jinxed my team by picking them. No, your team sucks. So does mine. Deal with it. Now, let's get to Geno's picks. My first pick, the Redskins are giving 6.5 to the Chiefs in Washington. You get it? That's the joke. The Redskins are giving points. The Redskins stink. They shouldn't be favored ever. I don't care if they're playing the Kansas City Chiefs or the Charleston Chiefs. They're not going to win. Do you have any teams they've played this year that even had a single win? None. They played the Giants the first week of the season, and since then, it's a litany of failure. They played the Lions, they played the Rams, they played the Buccaneers, and they played the Panthers. And now they play the Chiefs, who don't have a win, but the Chiefs are a team dying to get a win, and I think they will this week. I'll tell you something. Jim Zorn is not long for Washington, D.C., at least as their head coach, because once he's released, he should stay in Washington, D.C. and work for the CIA, because much like them, nobody ever knows what the fuck he's doing. People, I don't think the Chiefs are going to friggin' lose this game by more than 6.5, if not flat out win. Take the Chiefs and the 6.5. My next pick, the Steelers are giving 14 points to the Browns in Pittsburgh, Heinz Field. Look, 2 TDs is a lot of points to lay for the Steelers, especially with the fact they just lost defensive end Aaron Smith, who's a stud. But they're getting back Troy Polamalu. Look at his hair. You asked me with your eyes. You asked me with your eyes. People, the Steelers have a great defense. Smith is going to hurt, but they're going to be ready to play. And Cleveland stinks. I like Pittsburgh here, and I know what you're saying. Gene, you're picking on bad teams. No, I'm not picking on bad teams because I picked the Chiefs, who aren't that good. I'm afraid to touch the Tennessee game, even though they're getting 9, because they're a fighting team. But Cleveland is not that good a team. Bad teams are like fat chicks. The ones that think they're good tend to score anyway. Like Tennessee, but not the Browns. The Browns stink. They're on the road. And believe it or not, they just came off a win, and they're dejected and feeling defeated. That's how bad they are. Do you realize they're averaging 5 points a week on the road? You know why? Because the Browns are like the fat chick that knows she's fat. Once she gets away from her home, she's going to eat it. People, Cleveland's not going to cover. Take the Steelers. Lay the 14. Which brings me to my lock of the week. Or as I like to now call it, I don't care if it doesn't cover. I got no problem throwing a ton on this. People, the Eagles are giving 14 to the Raiders in Oakland. What can you say about the Raiders after they suck? That pretty much covers it. On the field, they're awful. They're an embarrassment. Off the field, they're awful. They're an embarrassment. I think it's going to come out that Cable really did beat the shit out of that guy Hansen, and he probably did it like when he wasn't looking, which is the perfect way for a Raider to attack, like a fucking coward. I don't think they want to play for him because they don't know if they want him back or not. They just know he's there and he's fucking useless, so there's no leadership on that side of the ball. Meanwhile, you got the Eagles, who are just a great team. They play well. They got a strong defense. They got an ever-emerging offense with new guys like Macklin and LaShawn McCoy, and they're going to score a lot. And once they do, the Raiders aren't going to come back. Because when are they going to give up with the disastrous abortion that is Jamarcus Russell? He stinks. Having him as your quarterback is like being a gay guy in Texas. Even when you do make a pass, you're not going to score with it. And you know what? You're probably going to get the shit beat out of you after you do. People, the Raiders suck. They shouldn't even be a team. Take the Eagles. Lay the 2 TDs. Which brings me to my Double Your Money Monday Night Bet, or as I like to call it, bolt to the bank like you stole something. The Chargers are laying 3.5 to the Broncos in San Diego. Yeah, the Broncos are getting points again. They're undefeated, but they keep getting points. And maybe they should be this week, because I'll tell you something. The last 6 times the Chargers have faced the Broncos, the Chargers have won 5, and Ed Hockley was nice enough to give Denver the 6th win. We all remember that. So they play Denver well, and they like to push them around, but it's not the same Denver team. Yet Denver still gets points because they're like the Titans last year. Remember, they kept winning, but no one expected it? They just kept waiting for them to lose. Well, you know what? The Broncos this year are like a chick on a mechanical bull. You just can't wait for them to get knocked off. And when they do, you'll see if those boobs are real or not. People, I think the Chargers cover this game. Take the Bolts, lay the 3.5.